My name is Lila Joy and I'm from here in New York City. Yeah, I'm here today to shake what are pretty unrelenting symptoms of post-traumatic stress and that you don't find the treatment for in working out or having a good diet. You find that in resetting that nervous system with the SGB. So my background with mental health is primarily with post-traumatic stress disorder, and the biggest issue with that is that it's kind of in all elements of your life. It's not just anxiety, it's not just depression, but you're feeling listless and you're scared and you're active and you're angry. I started on medications when I was 14. I did antidepressants. I've been on instant gratification like Ativan, Latuda, antipsychotics, everything, and nothing was working. I was having some serious health effects where they were like negative health effects. So I was diagnosed at a young age with major depression, and that oscillated between different diagnoses throughout my teenage years, a lot of anxiety, OCD, and different treatments for that, a lot of therapy. And in my early 20s, I was reevaluated again and for complex post-traumatic stress disorder and chronic major depression. I've done therapy, different medications, acupuncture, supplements, yoga, everything, diet, and I found after over a decade of trying different medications that they weren't treating a real problem or addressing the root issue, and ended up having some allergic reactions or just dulling emotions in general rather than feeling better at the end of the day. I came to Hudson Mind during the pandemic, and it was overwhelmingly something different from past experiences in the people, the environment, and as well as the different medical treatments that you have here that are both for chronic pain and now for PTSD, and how there is a bridge between those two. I think Hudson's focus on the environment and having that soothing experience when you're here makes a huge difference, especially if you're stressed and you're going and just laying on a hospital bed and it's cold and it's dark. That doesn't have the same warmth and healing that I find here at Hudson. There is very soothing music, and I think even the way people speak to you is different. It's a lot more like warm, and you're not completely just on guard when you get here. And you walk down the stairs and it's like beautiful kind of jungle on the walls. It feels more like a spa when you're in the waiting room and you're recovering, and it's not like, oh my god, this is a hospital, I need to get out of here. And it just feels like I'm very warm. I love it here. I met with Dr. Kuo, and he explained it to me, and he's been doing the work with the founder of Stella for a while, and he's so excited about it and the effect that it has on PTSD. Dr. Kuo was telling me about the amazing effects that he's seen with his patients after doing the Stellas, both on chronic pain and for PTSD, and I was like, absolutely, I'm going to try that. I've already seen such great things with ketamine that I fully trusted him, fully trusted trying something new and trying something that I didn't have to do every day. And, you know. So the SGB, after years of trying different medications, trying in tandem with diet and so on, and having no success really, it was more like, not why would I get this, but why wouldn't I try something that is just one shot and then your symptoms like alleviate and you don't have to keep taking a medication that's not good for you. I felt different and was getting better pretty immediately afterwards. For me, my reaction is to absolutely calm down and be able to approach tasks in a very linear way that I would otherwise feel very overwhelmed. And so with that and ketamine, it's been like a total recall, honestly. I found, especially after a few weeks, that I was noticing that my reactivity and my responses were less categorized by the reactivity that I would attribute to trauma responses, and my body was just more relaxed when I would expect myself to have heightened reactivity. And so that was the biggest thing, that those trauma responses and everything with PTSD, whether it be night terrors where, blowing up over feeling, whether it's neglected or abandoned, that didn't happen. When I first realized really that the Stellate Ganglion Block had such an effect on me, I immediately messaged Dr. Quo and said thank you for recommending this, and also for doing this procedure and for doing it with other people, because I noticed that my body and my mind were reacting to things in a totally different way, and that I could be sad or be angry, but it didn't feel like PTSD or traumatic responses were taking over me, and that was like such a freeing experience. So, having struggles with post-traumatic stress, my experience with doing a stellate ganglion was really shocking, because it freed me in a way from those symptoms that I didn't think was possible, especially for me having PTSD from when I was maybe a toddler or in elementary school. I never experienced not having it. And so it was like, wow, this world exists and this is how people actually feel every day. Yes, I absolutely hit a wall with medication. And what I found and what friends have found is that you can only go so far, and then you're feeling desperate that this might never go away, and you're feeling depressed and you're feeling anxious, and it's like, is this me? Is this who I am? And doing a stellate ganglion block gives you back who you actually are, and you have that confidence again, and